Hello everyone. TikTok is getting closer to being kicked out of the US after the Senate approved a bill that would ban the platform unless its Chinese owner ByteDance sells the company. The video sharing app has millions of users around the world, but faces growing questions over the security of users' data and its links to the government in Beijing. The House of Representatives and Senate have now both passed legislation which, among other things, forces the platform's parent company to divest. President Joe Biden has vowed to sign the ban into law. Lawmakers from both major U.S. parties have pressed for a law that bans TikTok unless bytedance agrees to sell the app to a non-Chinese company. They fear the Chinese government could force ByteDance to hand over data about TikTok's 170 million US users. TikTok insists it would not provide foreign user data to the Chinese government. On 21 April, House lawmakers approved a $95 billion foreign aid bill with funds for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan that also clears the way for the forced sale of TikTok. On 23 April, the legislation passed the Senate and will now be sent to Mr. Biden to be signed into law. This is not the first time American authorities have struck out at TikTok. Former US President Donald Trump tried to ban the app when he was in the White House in 2020. But Mr. Trump, now confirmed as the Republican candidate for the 2024 presidential election, has criticized the new legislation, arguing that limiting TikTok would unfairly benefit Facebook. Even after Mr. Biden signs the bill, the ban won't take effect immediately. In fact, it would likely take several years before Americans are unable to access the app, as ByteDance sues likely all the way to the Supreme Court to block the forced sale. Also, the legislation gives ByteDance 9 months to sell TikTok to an American buyer, with an additional 3-month grace period before any ban would take effect. That means that the sale deadline would most likely come sometime in 2025, after the winner of the 2024 presidential election takes office. If Mr. Trump wins, he may seek to block the ban from being implemented. The most straightforward way for the U.S. to ban TikTok would be to remove it from app stores, such as those operated by Apple and Google for iOS and Android devices. App stores are how most people download apps onto their smartphones and tablets, so the ban would stop new users from getting TikTok. That means people who already had the app would no longer be able to get future updates designed to improve security or fix bugs. The U.S. bill forbids applications controlled by US adversary countries from being updated and maintained in the U.S. It gives broad powers to the president to limit apps with ties to Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea. TikTok has been highly critical of the legislation, calling it an affront to the US right to free speech. Chief Executive Xu Zichu warned, the bill would give more power to a handful of other social media companies and put thousands of American jobs at risk. ByteDance would have to seek approval from Chinese officials to sell TikTok, but Beijing has vowed to oppose such a move. Some U.S. creators and users have also criticized the proposed ban. Tiffany Yu, a young disability advocate from Los Angeles, told the BBC at a protest outside the White House the platform was vital to her work. TikTok asked its 170 million US users to contact their political representatives and ask them not to support the bill, but the deluge of confused calls from TikTok users to congressmen and senators may have backfired. Several politicians say the campaign has worsened the concerns they have about the app and strengthened their resolve to pass the legislation. If the bill becomes U.S. law, it could inspire similar moves elsewhere. TikTok is already banned in India, which was one of the app's largest markets before it was outlawed in June 2020. It is also blocked in Iran, Nepal, Afghanistan, and Somalia. The UK government and parliament banned TikTok from staff work devices in 2023, as has the European Commission. The BBC also advised staff to delete TikTok from corporate phones because of security fears. At the heart of TikTok is its algorithm. This is a set of instructions within the app which determines which content is presented to users, based on data about how they engaged with previous material. Users are offered three main feeds on their app: following, friends, and for you. The following and friends feeds present users with content from people they have chosen to follow and who follow them back, but the for you feed is automatically generated by the app. This curated feed has become the main destination for users looking for new content and creators hungry for the millions of views TikTok videos can clock up if they go viral. Critics say the app collects more data than other social media platforms in order to power its highly personalized system. This can include information about users' location, device, the content they engage with, and keystroke rhythms they exhibit while typing. But popular social media apps such as Facebook and Instagram collect similar data from users, which means US has no concerns about the data that TikTok collects, but concerns about the safety of the data collected by it. Although we have seen data stealth from social media platforms in past, but none of them has been banned by the US due to security concerns. Don't know why. That's all for today. See you in next video. Goodbye.